Question number 15. It says, given that the squared y over the x squared equals x minus 1, and we have the y prime of 1 to be this, and y of 0 to be this. What this is saying is the second derivative is given as x minus 1. And we have the first derivative of y to 1 to be this and that. Find y of x. If I'm going to solve this question, it's going to take few minutes to do. But in the case of an examination, there is a shortcut for you just to look at the question and pick the answer. And what is that? You can see that this is second derivative. And here we are talking about the function of y. It means just integrate this twice. Yes, this is the shortcut before doing anything. And the first integral is x squared over 2. The second integral is s cube over 6. And this is the only option that have s cube over 6. So you don't need to stress yourself, just pick the answer and you move on. Well, how do we solve this? Now, let's do this. Now, the second derivative has been given as this. What about the first derivative? So to get the first derivative means you want to integrate both sides. So that means you find the integral of this with respect to the x. Now, when you integrate this is going to be x squared over 2. The constant term is going to be minus x plus c1, which is the constant. This is the first one. And you have, this is the first integral. This is the same thing as saying dy dx. Okay, now, the first derivative, when x equals to 1, you want to equate this to 5, right? So what this is telling you is that this plug in x equals to 1 into this equation. So here we have 1 squared over 2 minus 1 plus c1 equals to 5. And here we have 1 over 2 minus 1 plus c1 equals to 5. To get the c1, here we have c1 to be equals to 5. Half minus 1 is negative half. If you move it to the other side, it's going to be what? Plus half. So c1 is the same thing as saying 11 over 2. That is the c1. So the y prime here, when you plug in this, so your first derivative is just going to be this equation when x equals to 1. Okay, when x equals to 1. So you can rewrite this, since you've gotten the constant term, to be x squared over 2 minus x plus 11 over 2. What about for the function of y? So what we have to do here is to integrate this again. So here we can have our y of x. Okay, now your y, let me just put this, is now going to be, if you integrate this first term, here we have s cube over 3 times 2, which is 6. Minus, if you integrate this, we have x squared over 2. If you integrate this constant here, we have 11x over 2 plus c2, which is the constant. Now, next to do is when x is 0. Okay, when x is 0, what do you have? So here you are going to have this when x is 0. So if you plug in here, we have 0 cube over 6 minus 0 squared over 2 plus 11 times 0 over 2 plus c2 equals to 6. Okay, so that means your y of 0 is going to be what? Here, this means your c2 is going to be what? 6, because all these terms are going to be 0. Now we've gotten c2 to be 0, so that means your y of x to be equals to x cube over 6 plus minus x squared over 2 plus 11x over 2 plus, what is our C2, which is 6. So I think there's a mistake here from the options written. Then this should be 6, because this is going to be the best option to fill in this. Okay, so this should be 6 from the options. Now, this is the answer to the problem. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to see question 16. Thank you. See you next time.